brands. This is SoHo Urban Artist Oil Color, which is one of Blake's brands, I think. At least that's the only site that I can seem to find this. SoHo is one of their cheapest oil colors, and sometimes you'll find them for as low as like a couple of bucks a tube. This is Cadmium Red Medium U. I think I literally spent about $2.50 on this very sizable tube, 50 milliliters. This is a U. It is not actually cadmium red, and it has the pigment information right on the front, which is better than a lot of what some other brands will do, that they'll just go, our pigments are proprietary and will never tell you. But, yeah, made in China, North Carolina, yeah. And this is extremely cheap, so I'm not expecting much from it, but we are going to give it a little look-see anyway. We are going to compare it to standard cadmium red, which has, you know, the usual cadmium pigments. And because we're here, because why not, we'll split the difference. We got Winsor & Newton's cadmium-free red, which does not tell you the pigment information because it's proprietary. Winsor & Newton will not tell us. So, yes, cadmium-free red does not look like cadmium red. I've had a video on that before. But we are just going to take a look, and we're going to mix with some titanium red, and we'll see what goes on. So, yeah. The sun is going to mess things up, but we are going to ignore that because that happens. And, yeah. Let's get this little tube. Okay. Okay. Edit point. Okay, we got that open. Some brands will have a little thing on the cap. They like a little pointy bit. They're just supposed to, like, push it in, but this one didn't. I don't know why. I have questions, SoHo. Anyway, let's take a look at this little, oh, okay, there we go. First impressions are not great right now. Okay, close the tube. We are gonna, it's not a bad red, and it seems to, okay. Not the best quality of paint, but I'm having some problems here. Ooh, that is transparent. That is very transparent. Maybe not a bad thing. Some people like really transparent oil paints. Let's see if I can get the white open. There we go. We're using Michael Harding's Titanium White number 1. I don't think it matters which titanium white we... Michael Harding, come on. You're supposed to be the good brand. Come on, get out. There we go. Sometimes it does that. Don't know why. Pain in the butt. That was a little bit too much white probably, but we're here. We just got a little bit, kind of a nice little rosy coral kind of shade going on. Gotta clean the palette knife. Clean the palette knife. Clean the palette knife. Yeah, we got some garbage noises. Okay, we are going to look at it directly. First, let's take a little look. Nice little corally kind of color. Very transparent. Don't know if that speaks to the quality of it. Also, my window is open. There's cars outside, and you might hear that. We're gonna look. It's gonna be probably much different than. See, that's how it's supposed to come out. It's supposed to be a little. As I was saying, Michael Harding. Okay, let's see. You can already see the transparency, how it's definitely real cadmium, not nearly as transparent, but the shade is not that far off. Like, that is almost forgivable as a U. We're gonna get some fresh tightened white. Gonna move that over there. Yeah. Because we're gonna take a look with the cadmium free, and it's definitely a different shade. Come on, there we go. Maybe not enough white? That white is not tinting it at all. Good enough. We'll do that. Probably a little bit of cross-contamination there, but whatever. When you whiten it down, it definitely becomes a different kind of, but it's not bad. I'm not sure if my camera's even picking it up, but this is definitely This is more pinkish. This is definitely more pinkish color than the actual cadmium. Like the cadmium is more of a corally kind of shade, but straight out of the tube, it is not bad. It's just a lot more transparent. We are still going to take a look with the cadmium free, just in case. As for quality, I have seen much worse. I have seen much worse from more expensive Ahem Krylando. Garbage noises. But this could have been worse. I have definitely seen. Here's the cadmium free. SoHo might be good for like beginners. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Mildly unpleasant. Windsor and Newton's quality kind of took a dive after they switched their factories to France. Because that is a completely different color. Very opaque though. Like that is a completely different shade of red, cadmium free. But it is very punchy. I admit it is a very punchy kind of red. But when you're trying to look for a substitute for a very specific shade and you don't get it, that can make people a little bit upset. So yeah. Gonna mix it with the white bit. Okay. My palette knife is arguing with me a little bit right now. I don't know why. Like, ooh, that is super punchy, and that is definitely the incorrect shade. But you know, with the SoHo replacement, the cadmium red medium U is much closer to actual cadmium red than the Windsor and Newton cadmium free version, which is supposed to be a more professional line. So, you know what? I'm actually a little bit impressed. I was expecting much worse from SoHo. So, yeah, it's a lot more transparent, which may or may not be a good thing depending how you use your oil paints. It's much more of a pinkish shade than actual cadmium, but it gets much closer than Windsor & Newton's cadmium free version. It is a much more punchy, much more opaque kind of red. It's not cadmium red. It's not. It's just not. But the SoHo's version, and SoHo is very cheap on Blick's website. So yeah, you know what? SoHo's getting a solid B+, because I can't really speak to the full quality of their full range. But for that cheap, it could definitely be good for beginners, or if you just want a cadmium-free version of cadmium colors. I should probably check out their other cadmium U's, like their cadmium lemon and things like that. But yeah, that's SoHo for you. It's, except for the fact you need something to open the top of the tube, because it doesn't come with one. B+. Okay, I'm actually kind of impressed. I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks, and when I come back, I'll hopefully have some good stuff for you all. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you wanna. See you all later. Goodbye.